Hello ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to another very important video for the Scpsl community. Today I'll be talking to a subject that's close to the hearts of many, but far away from some. We're gonna talk about Scpsl thumbnails. Now there's a lot of good contenders in this category for the best SL thumbnail, but we're going to be looking at the highlights. And sometimes we're also gonna talk about the lowlights, but they kind of converge, so it is what it is. But the first thumbnail that we will be talking about is an iconic. The Starstalker 28 939 is a girl thumbnail. Now this one, not only does it have the bold arrows pointing towards 939's asshole, not only does it have the bold provocative text saying 939 is a girl, exclamation mark, question mark, not only does it play with your mind to think that no way that this vicious monster could possibly be a girl, it also kind of proves a point, not only with the thumbnail itself, but also with the general feel. As you can see, he's pointing toward the asshole of 939, and then he says 939 is a girl. With that, he's insinuating that 939's big ass is evidence for the fact that she's a girl, which is wild, but it's actually what he says in the video. Like, I'm not even kidding.
Because a lot of people have been asking, why is 939 so thick? Since the monster is so thick, the human I think it merged with was a female.
Like, he cites that as evidence. Like, that's real. So yeah, that's wild. It's like, it's not just the thumbnail itself, it's the video content behind it that's just fucking hilarious. And because of that, not only is the thumbnail itself golden, but it's actually the cultural impact behind it as well. Like, if I think of SCP-939, I think of this thumbnail. I'm just saying, like, it's genuinely probably the most well-known thumbnail in the Scpsl community. But yeah, we're gonna put this one in S tier here, because honestly, I don't think there's much better than this thumbnail right here on all fronts. The next thumbnail we're going to be looking at is an old but golden classic, one that has probably been forgotten by many, actually. It's the Frisky video titled Inside SCP-106, and this one has actually a lot of literary layers here. Frisky here has framed 106 spreading out, doing a little goatsy action in order to show off his asshole. Now he's insinuating multiple things here. He's saying that he's inside the pocket dimension, because that's what you're kind of saying when you're saying you're inside SCP-106, but he's also saying that the pocket dimension is inside of SCP-106's asshole. So this creates this pseudo-sexual relationship between the person that 106 catches and 106 himself. You know, and this kind of dynamic is also presented in this thumbnail as he is opening up his pocket dimension for you, and he's kind of just like presenting his feet as well, and Frisky has really accentuated that. He's kind of kept the light on the feet while kind of drowning away the light in the background, as you can see. So he's really kind of playing with our emotions here. He's kind of making a joke about the fact that the SCP community is inherently sexual, which is kind of wild, actually, if we were to put it like this. But, you know, it is. He's playing with that and kind of creating, you know, what is in my mind a forgotten but classic of the Scpsl community. This was posted 4 years ago, everyone. This is way ahead of its time. This is before the Starstalker Renaissance. You know what I mean? This one, in my eyes, is like a predecessor to what Starstalker was able to perfect. So this one, in my eyes, is getting a low A tier, but I respect it. I respect it quite a lot. The next one we're gonna be looking at is a, you know, I wouldn't call it a classic necessarily, but it's something at least. The Gaming Toast's 7 SCPs I would date but shouldn't. Now this one is admittedly one on the line between highlight and low light of the Scpsl community. I'm not exactly sure what to think of this one. All I can, like, I didn't watch the video, but all I can remember is something about a teenage succubus, so take of that what you will. But we're not going to be talking about the video content here because I don't think it's that relevant. I hope it isn't, actually. But, you know, we've got a few things going for itself with this thumbnail. It's got a POV kind of feel, you know. You are the D-boy giving the rose to SCP-096, and the text on top says "smash?" question mark. So he's kind of being a little bit forward here, and you're already seeing kind of what the result of that would be, because there's a bunch of blood surrounding the SCPs here, which means that it is inherently kind of stupid to ask SCP-096 out on a date, and he's kind of conveying that with the thumbnail here. Unfortunately, though, something that I just noticed is that the background here is not filling the entire background. Like, the picture it's got black bars on the side. How do you manage to fuck that up? I think That right there is evidence that this thumbnail right here is honest to God just slop. Like, this video was made to be slop. There's no way it isn't. So this one, in my eyes, is getting a low D tier. I think this is the worst of the worst of the best, if you know what I mean. One thing that I can say that it's got going for itself is that it lives rent-free in the Scpsl community, which, you know, for better or for worse, it's here. The next one we're going to be talking about is a video that represents a certain style that I thought should be represented in this video right here. We're looking at Infamous Invictus's video called A Minecraft YouTuber's Worst Nightmare. Now, this one, I really like this thumbnail, particularly because of the implications, right? You've got a guy playing SCP-173 called I Tickle Predators, and the thumbnail itself, it's kind of focusing in on this little guy with the little hands. So he's essentially saying this little man will tickle Minecraft YouTubers. It actually is kind of impressive because this thumbnail doesn't do a lot, but it's simple yet effective. It conveys the message that he's trying to say. You know, when it comes to cultural impact, you know, this one isn't gonna have that much because I don't think you need a little bit of oomph to your thumbnail for it to become a real classic. But I think this one is a representative of a style that I think is important to mention. I'm gonna put this one in a solid middle tier. It's a good thumbnail, at least it's not got a cropped background, so that's at least something. Now this next one is going to be a hard one to cover because it's a classic Scpsl thumbnail made by HE Robot. Now you might not know about this one, but that's because this one is a real deep dive in the SL community. But if you know your stuff, like this one is for a real connoisseur in SL thumbnails. This one is a video titled Dying is Gay, Scpsl cheating, and it kind of, you know, it plays with your emotions a little bit, doesn't it, when you hear that at first? Because not only do you have to kind of get into the mindset of the person who made this thumbnail, you know, in his mind, being gay is inherently a bad thing, therefore dying is a bad thing, but it also is kind of playing with you because it's subverting your expectations of what is bad, right? Not only is being gay not bad necessarily in your world, but it's also kind of saying, like, it's not the cheating that's bad, it's the dying from a cheater that's bad. So he's kind of provoking you to click on the video. He's rage baiting you with this thumbnail, and it's, I don't know what I'm doing. Yeah, no, I thought this one was the funniest out of the ones that he's posted. Scpsl cheating is inherently like the most cringe shit you can do, but this thumbnail I think is really hilarious, so you gotta give someone credit where credit is due. So you know, it's kind of ironic. He knows it's ironic, he's rage baiting us, and it's working. So this one, you know, it gets a place alongside Gaming Toast here, which, you know, is respectable in the grand scheme of things. Other than that, I want to give a shout out, an honorable mention, so to speak, to someone who's created a series of thumbnails that don't necessarily shine out bright on their own. You know, as a collection, they can be appreciated. It's a friend of mine called Red, who has made some incredible thumbnails, and I will show you them right now. As you can see, he's taken pieces of art from the internet and he's kind of cropped them into SL to make it seem like, you know, it's happening in the game. You know, like this man with a doctor mask getting blasted from behind by a micro in this case, because it's all happening in Scpsl, right? You've got this man showing off his SCP item, and he's really impressed. This D-boy right here is really impressed. And 173 is kind of just sneaking in the back. And then this man with the goggles is kind of showing off his dominance by showing off his SCP item and kind of just like slamming him into it, you know? Oh my god, it's beautiful. It's art. It really is art. You know, this is the closest thing that the SL community will get to art. I'm so impressed. I want to thank you all for joining me on this journey through Scpsl thumbnails throughout the years. We've gone from Frisky to Starstalker, the Renaissance, to Gaming Toast's Slop. We've gone through literal images of porn being implemented into Scpsl. We've seen quite a lot today, and I want to thank you all. If you enjoyed this, subscribe, because there's more to come.